There are some companies that are thriving on standardization. RISE has really actually taken a different approach where we're pretty open-minded to the type of products we work on. We want to instill consistency. We want to help minimize variables to support manufacturing, but we're not going to come up with a standard solution. We're going to take the creative approach and the vision of your project, be able to apply our success metrics, our processes, our standards, and our assemblies, be able to help bring that to fruition, but they're not binding parameters.
In my experience, the last 15 years of working in the industry, the simplest way to win someone over is simply to come visit us at the plant. It's a night and day difference of what they thought it was versus what we actually do. This is the nicest plant that I've ever been a part of.
When we talk about the modular pre-construction process, any seminar you go to, the theme that you're going to hear is you have to start early. Early adoption, early commitment, and early decision-making process, because everything is done in an accelerated time frame. I like to twist that a bit, and I like to say you have to start early with a well-coordinated and well-organized plan. And I think that's part of that due diligence, is just because you start early doesn't mean guaranteed success in the process. And so partnering with factories and team members that have a well-established plan is really going to help ensure the success and application of your project.
Anything custom or even non-custom, the production drawings will have a series of blown up areas that need a more detailed look, of which has all been predetermined before we started the production process. But all of that stuff is done way in advance, so that way we know exactly what needs to be done in the factory, what's expected.
At the very beginning of the process, we'll put a sequence plan together so we know up front what modules are going to be transported and set first on a project. And we need that for the structural connectivity. And of course, drafting will use that schedule so that we start producing those modules first in the plant, the first ones that are going to be set.
It is a production line similar to anything else in regards to automobiles. The same thing happens in these stations every single day, all year around. We utilize overhead cranes and special carts that we construct, forklifts. All the material is brought to the stations, so the employees do not have to go fetch what they need. It's brought to them. If individuals have to leave their particular department to go find the material or to go find the nails or the screws they need to complete their duty, they become inefficient.
The field team is doing a lot of the same activities on a construction site that a traditional builder would be doing. So we're going to be prepping the site, getting it ready for a foundation, site utilities, getting the foundation in the ground or the podium if it's a precast, under-tucked garage, getting it ready for the framing stage of a building. In our case, it's the modules that we'd be getting it ready for.
In regards to quality, we also have a QC department with QC inspectors and QC managers. Before the module goes on to the next station, there's a series of signatures to ensure that what is done in that station is not only complete, but it's to code, to quality visually, whether it be a finish or the rough framing, done at every single station. Every single box has its own quality traveler, which is part of our state inspections. The state of Minnesota comes and visits us on a frequent basis every week, and they review our documentation, and they're also part of our quality as well.
Once the modules are ready for us to set, they're either at a staging facility or they're being delivered right to the site. We'll have a crane set there, mobilized and ready to start picking them off a hydraulic trailer. Probably the most exciting part of this type of construction, and it goes pretty quick. Can raise a module in a matter of a couple of minutes and get it set in place. If we are working with another GC, we will provide the modules, set them, ensure that they have all the inspections that are needed for the structural components, and then RISE has our scope of work that we need to complete as well. Some of the interior apartments that are connected from one mod to another, we'll do some interior stitch up and finishes, and we'll be on site to help with any questions the GC may have in regards to making the connections in the corridors and doing those finishes. Once the building is complete and all MEP utilities, electric power, fire suppression, heating, all those components are complete, we'll go back into our apartments and double check everything and do a quality inspection and get it ready for a turnover for the owners.
And I think what the industry needs, I think what, as a whole, is more success stories. And I think that RISE's commitment and the path that they've started with the momentum ahead, you're going to see a lot more success stories. It's going to really continue to build that momentum and set them apart as industry leaders.